What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you the monthly chapter review of Attack on Titan. And this chapter takes a different type of approach. It takes its time to slowly build up that climactic finale of this chapter with the Thunder Spear that was introduced. Now, in terms of how this chapter's pacing was done, I have to say I have to give compliments to the mangaka for taking the time to slowly build up the tension in the chapter to see if this new technology would work against the hardening of an armored titan, or any titan in general. And we kind of find out it does, of course, because of the end of the chapter. But majority of, this Attack on Titan chapter this month was actually just a battle-orientated chapter as Eren was fighting the armored titan, wrestling him and fucking slinging him around him, and Eren was getting manhandled as well. It was like a back-and-forth fight the entire time, and you have it to where there's like this inner dialogue going on between the characters. Like, you get to see Levi, how he's thinking, like, I don't want none of you to die on me. I don't want any of you assholes to die on me. If you die on me, I'm gonna be very upset. And of course, people do die because they're in the middle of a huge operation right now. I mean, they're surrounded by titans, but some of the dialogue points out how much the Survey Corps has weakened over time, because as we know, humanity's been in a fight with the Titans for a very long time. A long time. And the Survey Corps, it kind of lost all of its veteran players. For instance, it lost everybody that was a veteran in the Survey Corps. They got eaten, killed, destroyed, or whatever, and now they're gone. And so they're having to hire these new recruits, which are not that good as the veterans. And of course, there's casualties because of this. So about half of this chapter actually was spent on showing how a bunch of these new recruits are dying, and the Survey Corps is not at the peak or the pinnacle to where they were before this, arc began, or how it was maybe a couple arcs back. So it's kind of sad to see that, because some Survey Corps members were dying to Titans that used to be relatively easy to take down, but they were dying to these weak ones, and they haven't even gotten up against the, Ape Titan yet. So it goes to show you how much our side has weakened. Now, besides that, we also get to see the inner thoughts of Erwin and what he is currently thinking throughout this entire battle. He's thinking like, okay, so I'm a little bit different from everyone else. I have a dream. And I was one that was kind of using everybody, piling up the corpses, piling up these bodies to go after my dream. And I'm gonna be honest here, when I saw that one panel of the bodies just stacked one by one on each other, and you just see Erwin standing on top of them, I have to give compliments to the artwork. But for one thing, it reminded me a lot of Berserk. Now, I know that's like, whoa, what the fuck? It reminded me a lot of Berserk because of the mentality of pile up the bodies, pile up the corpses, pile them up. And that reminded me a lot of, Volume 13 of Berserk. And when I see something like this, I'm like, damn, Erwin just, piling up the corpses constantly just to achieve his dream, make it to that shiny castle in the sky. But yeah, anyways, to see how that was done and depicted with Erwin's character of what he's currently trying to do and accomplish, I like how that was done. I love how that was slowly added into this chapter, like built up to that in the middle half, and then we got to the execution of this Thunder Spear. As we know, technology's kind of been at a standstill for a long time, because you have it to where the nobles were holding back technology for humanity, killing people off that were doing scientific advancements, and you have it to where now, since, those corrupt nobles are gone, humanity's able to take advancements with technology, which we get introduced to the Thunder Spear. And this spear actually has some repercussions. If you are using it and you're flying around using the three-dimensional maneuver gear and trying to take out a Titan, and you use this Thunder Spear, it can have some form of backlash on its user, which is not good, because, I mean, if you're in the middle of fighting, let's say, like 6 or 7 Titans, that probably could kill your ass. So we can already see how dangerous this new tech is, but it's the only way to actually break through the armor of, let's say, a Titan, for instance, the Armored Titan. And since Eren was fighting the Armored Titan, kind of holding him back, everybody else was able to come in and just poke at the neck of the Armored Titan where they could kill him, and then that's kind of where the chapter ends. So, I mean, the chapter, pretty damn badass. It was a very badass chapter, very tense, and also I love the artwork, like vast improvements, I think, from previous chapters. I've been talking about this a little bit here and there throughout these past couple months, but I have to say, if you go back about a year ago to Attack on Titan, like, go back 1 year worth of chapters, and you look at those chapters, the chapter's quality doesn't look as good as these chapters. These chapters are quite impressive, and that was one of the weakest flaws, I think, of Attack on Titan in the early stages of its series, was the artwork, and to see how the artwork is just so much better than it was in, you know, earlier chapters, it makes me happy to see how the mangaka has really taken steps to improve himself to become a better artist, and also the writing currently going on in this arc is pretty damn good as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or nights wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.